And there we go. Test, test, test. I think my audio is working, and there it is. Okay. There we go. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a good day. Sorry for the weird start. My software was messing up, so I had to reinstall it. But, before I get started, Loki wants to say hello. Whenever he sees that I'm actually pretty excited, he always seems to be in the mood for playing with toys and stuff. There you go. No. I messed up with throwing it. But anyway, hope you guys all had a good weekend here. You guys are going to notice me drinking a lot of coffee. I've been sleep deprived over the last few days. I don't know why, but I have not been able to get a good night's sleep. But today, we are going to be talking about a few different things. We're going to be talking about the normal stuff as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Taking a little bit of a closer peek into altcoins today. I'll go over my portfolio and see what's going on there. And then we'll also be just checking out what happened to the overall market, because if you guys watch some of the videos I've been putting out lately, I've been talking about how the stock market is at a crucial point at this week, and we're waiting to see which way rates really lead us here. And I would expect rates can lead us a little bit higher here as far as the stock market's concerned. But if that does occur, that means we're breaking out with the stock market, which will be a whole nother story here, okay? So, before we get started off today, let's go over here. A few big pieces of news I just want you guys to pay attention to. So far, the futures are down a little bit. Mixed earnings reports came out today. If you guys care about earnings this week, I'm going to put out a video tomorrow. And one of the things that we've been talking about here is how the earnings cycle thus far has not really been the best. I wouldn't say it's been terrible, but it's not been good. And then this week we have a lot of retailers coming out and doing their earnings announcements. So it's not going to be so much tech as it is, your consumer staples, like, where you go out and buy something at the store. So just keep that in mind. It's going to make things a little bit more volatile, but you will find some tech plays in there which could possibly move the overall market if you get like stuff like Nvidia and AMD to be sympathetic about it. But we'll see. And hey, Discount, happy to see you back, my man. Hope you're doing well. I finally figured out how to get my face in the oval or the rounded square here. It took a few attempts, but I figured it out. All right. Guys, all I'm seeing right now is just getting closer and closer to this 20-day moving average, and you guys know how I feel about the moving averages. It feels like we want to curl back down just a tad here. Now, what I told you guys this morning in that video was a couple things. Now, technically, we've already broken down out of our first trend. If you wanted to go another way here, you could say that we might have a breakdown or a big pump here today or tomorrow, but just get ready for some volatility. One of the things I want you guys to really understand here is that you should be looking at having some stop losses on your trades. I know I've been telling you guys that for the past few days, and it's mostly just been because if I go over here, it's like the hour chart as far as Bitcoin's been concerned. Ever since we had that pump, you guys have seen these moments where, Bitcoin drops, let's see, like 5% in like 4 hours, or about $1,700. You got other times where it's fallen down, another $1,700, but over like a 2-day period of time. We're used to seeing those consolidations are kind of squeezing a little bit here. And so far, every squeeze has really been leading to a higher opportunity, another higher high here, so to speak. But we're getting closer and closer to a breakdown here. So just in case there is a breakdown, just be sure that you guys are going to be okay. We did have a level of support over here, and what happened? But bears tried to pretty much trounce us, and then the buyers came right back up, and all of the whales right here, they got liquidated in a heartbeat, okay? So, just understand, we're at a very volatile moment. If you guys are looking for some short-term resistances, I'm almost looking at this level right here, around 35,273. For now, I'm not really adding to any positions. I am basically scaling out of what I already have. This is my more conservative nature kind of peeking through here in my trading strategy, but I don't really feel the need to be buying so much more. I did another tranche of buying, so to speak, over the last few days here, and I'm just waiting to see what happens going next. I guess I could open up Fairdesk right now while I'm actually doing this. Let's go to this one. So as far as I'm concerned, these positions are still doing well. The overall positions are up around $730. That's more than enough for me. But you guys know this is more of a long-term portfolio. But I wanted to draw your attention to a few different things here. And for that, I'm actually just going to get rid of my head here. The first one being Matic. So Matic, I told you guys I was hoping would have a nice pop. And it finally popped. So if any of you guys grabbed that along with me, and most of you guys probably did more than 2x leverage, Feel free to take your profits whenever you guys want to, of course, but I would be moving that stop loss up. This is a longer term trade for me, and I'm probably sure that Matic will come back down and go negative. I'm sure a lot of this stuff will go negative before the next altcoin season, but while everything is still green, I'm happy to be buying a lot of this stuff up. Okay, now a few other things here. We did see that comp went to the positive finally as well, so I was happy that after I posted that video a couple days ago that things have really started to move along here. But just because things continue to go higher, it doesn't mean you guys can't have a plan in case things go sour south and fast. Okay, so overall everything's still doing good. Bitcoin's still pretty much stable. I doubled down on, I think I actually bought some more Bitcoin over the last few days. Yeah, I bought some 2 days ago. So my Bitcoin overall, maybe it's actually up more than that now that I think about it. But when you add another position, it lowers, it raises the average, thereby lowering the actual return on their investment, percentage-wise. Compound, I only bought this once, 929, and only now it turned positive, so I'm hoping Compound goes a little bit higher. Stuff like ICP, I told you guys about this one here. It's up 25%, 50% with the 2x leverage here, but we're looking at some nice moves here, guys. So I'm pretty happy. If I was to sell any of these right now, it would only be stuff that's kind of popped off a little bit more. Like Reef up here, it's a 3x leverage play with 80%. I'd probably be looking to scale out of that. STMX has come back down a little bit over the last few days. I'd be selling some of that. And Theta, probably the last one. Ton, I think, can go higher. Unif can go a little bit higher here. But yeah, so those are just some I'd be just watching a little bit more cautiously. But overall, we've had a really good day, really good week as far as these positions that have been going on. We have HFT that has not gone up, but honestly, I think that's just because I bought it a little late. Yeah, I bought this 1014, and if you go over here, let's go to the daily chart very fast. All right. It pretty much, I bought it over here, it went down, then it went back up. So I'd probably say this isn't a new downtrend until we break out, but it doesn't matter. I probably bought this at the worst possible time, but that's why it's a dollar cost averaging for a longer term play. But overall, those altcoins are looking great. Now, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, again, we have about 1 to 2 more days of consolidation. There is more of a chance, I would still say, like I said a few days ago, that Bitcoin breaks down out of this consolidation. Nothing that would really cause panic amongst maybe us, but you would see a lot of people really freak out. So just be aware that can definitely happen at this time. Let me get rid of this. And all that breakdown would pretty much be as a consolidation where I think we'd probably try to bounce off of that 20-day moving average. If we continue to see that 20-day moving average get closer and closer and closer, eventually we are going to break down below it. But I'm hoping we have some positive news on the ETF front sometime this week before that occurs. Because overall, if I can find this here, dollar index crashed back down. I probably should look at this in a weekly chart, makes more sense. The dollar index decided to crash back down. We're also heading for a 20 here. This is going to be making some large moves for the stock market only because Dow's at a level of resistance. NASDAQ is at a level of resistance. Oh no, NASDAQ didn't break out today. It did not. Ah, shucks. So close. Depending on what time frame you're looking at, it really makes a difference. NASDAQ is at a huge level of resistance. It makes sense that it's actually trading down right now as far as the futures are concerned because it is going to take a little bit of an oomph to break us out. And I still think we can because the NASDAQ has been very unpredictable. And you can see how we might have a golden cross coming up here pretty soon. It's just been a wild, wild few weeks. And we all know something bad is happening next year. So why would you want to buy it now? It feels like right now this is a trader's market and not so much of a long-term investor's market. Unless they're investing like 10, 20 years out, in which case, okay, you can buy at all-time highs if you want to. But, I mean, who really wants to do that? Like, who can... Eventually, when the market goes back down, somebody's going to have to say, hey, I thought it was a good idea to buy the NASDAQ, at $15,000. When the next year we're looking at NASDAQ like below 14. You know what I'm saying? All right, the only other thing here was, where was it at? Where be it? There we go. Oh. Rates are still falling, so if any of you guys care about that, which most of you guys should, we are seeing rates continue to come back down bit by bit. Overall, if you guys want to see the market start to go more sideways or down, you're going to be looking for it to not break down below this 20-week moving average. Historically, rates are we should be moving higher above 5%, But again, we've been here before. We had a big dump, and then we continue to go back on. Hopefully with the Fed kind of pausing, maybe for real. I don't think they're going to go anymore. I think people are just kind of pricing in poor economy, higher rates, higher for longer. Rates should be going down because of that news. So again, we'll have to wait and see. But nothing is going back towards those 5% levels that we saw before. The only thing is the yearly one, and that's been over 5% for a while, because 5% for this was way over here, and it broke above that, what, February, March? All right. Just remember, all we're waiting for is a huge volatile move from Bitcoin. We haven't been expecting much from Bitcoin over the past few days. Watch your altcoins closely, because certain things that are going to pop, like I think XRP popped a lot today. See this crazy move by XRP? This could happen to any altcoin. Really massive rally. All right. But within a few minutes, it had this crazy crash down. Now, I don't exactly know what happened to XRP. I should probably just look it up very fast. XRP. Let's see. I don't know what the news is. I saw something, but I don't know if it was actually believable here. If any of you guys know what happened to XRP, oh yeah. So settlement there, maybe that's the news here 10 hours ago. No, that wasn't 10 hours ago. That was a couple hours ago. Or a few hours ago at least. But yeah, so just understand, and this is the point I really want to make clear to you guys. Everything is kind of pumping right now, like day by day by day. We're seeing some really strong moves. Those stop losses I keep on telling you guys about, they protect you from crazy moves like that. So let's say we broke down all the way back down here to 65 or just back down here. If you moved your stop loss up to 70, you're still fine. And if you still feel bullish about XRP, you can always buy back in after the dump. So just understand it, okay? Things like Matic, which I've been really hyping up the last few days because I was waiting for it to break out above, where was it? This level of resistance. It broke out and it took 1, 2, 3, I guess it was starting to go up, but it took a couple days for it to really get going. And all while I was saying, oh yeah, I'm buying Matic. It's never good for a YouTuber or somebody like me to say, hey, I'm buying it, and then it does nothing but go sideways for the next few days. But it did eventually break out, which I'm really happy about. Sometimes being patient can just suck, can it? But yeah, same thing could happen here. I see it going up towards nice highs. We're at 74 cents. Everything looks good. Right now, I'm moving my stop loss probably up to 73 cents just to be safe. Because, first of all, I've already made enough profit. Excuse me, that's the first thing. So I'm drinking tons of coffee. And then, thirdly, we're getting closer and closer to those resistance levels. In this case, it's a 200 weekly moving average. Go to the daily chart. There's really nothing behind us. I still think we have more room to go up later on, but you can see these moving averages screaming up. I know there's a golden cross right here, but historically for me, I think we always pull back to those 20-day moving averages, then bounce, and then try to go a little bit higher here. So let me know what you guys think about that. But okie dokie, let's go over here to a 4-hour chart Bitcoin. If you guys have any questions, let me know. The overall market's doing just fine right now. I know there was a lot of people panicking and stuff like that, but if you guys bought, I guess when we were talking about this stuff, you're probably not panicking. If you guys bought like today or something, maybe you're panicking. I don't know. I remember you live when you, and that's not think you sold at 50 cents. Good for you. You still holding it? Yeah, I ended up selling half of my position at 50 cents. The rest of it is still kind of waiting for a dollar. I have like 30%, I think, of my overall position because I sold 50% at 50 cents. Then I sold another 10 cents, 10% at 60, another 10 at 70, and I don't think it actually hit at 80. But yeah, it's been doing okay. It's pretty much cooking up though. Even today, Dogecoin had a little bit of a move here too. Broke out, consolidated. This took a lot longer than I wanted it to, but at least Dogecoin's making another move here, trying to go higher. But again, running into some resistance. That next level of resistance is 8.3. So that's a little bit less than a penny above where we are now, which is a pretty big move here. But look at that. Golden cross for Dogecoin. That's what you want to see. Last time we did golden cross for Dogecoin was over here. So that doesn't really bode well. Golden crosses usually don't mean too much, but every now and again they can. I usually look at the weekly ones for Dogecoin though, and the weekly ones are getting ready for some nice crossovers here. They're much more longer trends though. See, even this one, it had a spike, but it still kept on going that downtrend. I think it's just because of what happened here with Elon buying Twitter. It really messed up a lot of those long-term trends that we had been looking at for a while. But you can see right here, we're closing back above the 50. What happened over here? We closed back above the 50. So just be a little bit more cautious when it comes to Dogecoin. But yeah, I still like it long-term for sure. Anything actually moving right now? No, nothing's really moving too much at the moment. If something starts to pop here a little bit more, maybe I'll do that. We'll go over here to Matic for now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And hey, Shane, happy to see you back. I like the Solana logo. What do you think of Casper Layer 1? I know nothing about it, actually. So let me see. I have not been paying attention to a lot of the newer coins here today. I guess Casper is not on here. Casper. Oh, not Casper. Casper. Okay. I know I messed up something. Alright, tired of Uniswap. Try matcha. I could use some matcha tea right now. Okay, it's down a few percent. That's nothing too crazy right now. Let me go over here to website. There we go. Alright. Fastest open source, decentralized, and fully scalable layer 1 in the world. The world's first block DAG, a digital ledger enabling parallel blocks, instant transactions confirmed, built on a robust proof of control. Okay. It's on Linux too. That's interesting. Electrician does not orphan blocks, but rather allows them to coexist and orders them to insist. Oh, that's nice then. I mean, okay, I would say it's fine, especially like something with a layer 1. Usually the way I look at these as companies where you're gonna have a lot more interested parties and let's say this. They fit more of a startup vibe in which venture capitalists are more likely to invest at ground levels and smaller series rounds. So I think they should be fine. The thing about this is at this moment in time, look like it had a lower market cap. No, this does not have a lower market cap. It's 1.3 billion. Wow, geez, 200. 209. Wait, maybe 209 million. Sorry, not 2 billion. Okay, let me double check that. Yeah, this has to be 200 million. Or my brain is just like breaking today. Hold on a second. And then I'll go over here. Because overall, the technology looks fine. I think it'll do fine in the long run. Short term, though, let me see that market cap. Yeah, it's 1,390,900,000. Okay, so that's weird because you wouldn't expect a $1 billion market cap to be on that page. And coin market cap, right? It wouldn't be 209 because it goes from here. Unless everything's been pumping here. No, because then we go to 900 million at 53. I don't know what's going on with the exact market cap here. That's just it. Sorry, it just blew me for something, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't going freaking crazy live on stream. Let me go over here to maybe I have a more accurate one here. No, market cap 1.3 billion. I do not actually know what's going on here. Maybe it is a... Oh, see, this one has it ranked at 43. So maybe that's what's going on. Maybe it's just in the wrong spot when it comes to coin market cap. And that'd make it kind of fit around here if it... No, see, that's just so weird. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think overall it's fine. Overall, I'd be interested in learning more about it. Especially, it looks like it'll pass any framework test that would be coming up with any what do you want to call it, regulations that are on the horizon. I would say it looks fine for all that type of stuff, but I would dollar cost average. I wouldn't necessarily just bundle right into it. And then if you wanted to go over here and look at the technicals, this is off MEXCs. I mean, yeah, it's just chugging along here. Did it just break out too? Yeah, it just broke out too. So it's looking perfectly fine. I would say in a few weeks, get ready for a pretty seismic dump, and then from there you can try to accumulate more. But it's on the right path at this point, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. If you have a few weeks where it's down, that's usually where you might want to accumulate according to that chart there. Yeah, nice coin though. Hey, Inverse King, I took some profits, 40%. Nice. Profits always means profit is what you actually get to spend the money on. You've locked that sucker in. Many gaps to fill? There's going to be a lot of gaps to fill after all said and done. That's why I'm giving everybody a little bit of a heads up saying, hey, altcoins popped, and they still are popping to a certain degree, but make sure you guys have those stop losses there. And hey, General and Brandon, you guys talking about Link? It did pop today. Here's the hour chart. Yeah. That's 4-hour chart daily. You're seeing a lot of tokens have these big moves, and right now they're all heading for those next levels of resistance. Let me get out of this right here. There you go. Oh, weekly chart. Yeah, it's running up against that 200 weekly moving average here. Not the end of the world here, but again, just get ready for more resistance as far as some of these altcoins are concerned. If you manage to, or if they manage to break out, then you guys are going to be like, hey, another round of pumping going up, and this next round could be really big. We haven't seen altcoins have these types of moves in quite a few months, I would say. Like, you know, we got stuff like Ethereum. Oh, this is old stuff. You know, we've had a few weeks of pumping up. We'll see what happens there. That's oil. ADA making stronger moves again, heading for levels of resistance. So everything I pull up, you're just going to see levels of resistance. Is there a way to do this without it turning off the auto here? Okay, it works fine, yeah. Dogecoin running up into resistance after breakout. XRP running into some resistance. Ape token running into some resistance. AVAX getting close, but not actually there yet. AXS, it's at that resistance level right now, but it has a chance to break out. Bitcoin Cash still doing fine. Matic resistance level. BNB breaking out above resistance at this point. It probably needs to close above 261, but it's really close, and we still got a few days left. Chile's still doing fine at resistance. So all you're seeing right now is a lot of tokens that haven't hit resistance like we talked about last week. They finally hit that resistance level, which is why I'm saying I probably wouldn't be going strong on the buying at this point. I'd be scaling out of my positions just to make it a little bit safer. But of course, I tend to sell too early on average. So you guys take that information as you will. But I'm just saying I'm scaling out of some positions here. I'm taking it easy. I'm going to be using this money for more positions down the road. But I want to be able to lock in some profits. That's the main thing here. I just need to be able to lock in some profits. Doge on Mars hit a level of resistance. Now it's just chilling where it wasn't able to close above. So you're seeing a lot of stuff. No matter what you guys are looking at, there's levels of resistance all there. A lot of them are moving averages, to be frank, but that's fine. Anything really not moving up so much? KDA might have a pretty big pop here down the road. Oh, these are stable coins. Sorry. Solana. At a order block pretty much. STMX coming back down after a really good move a few days ago, but definitely coming back down. So even Mana's up a little bit this week. So we're looking good here, guys. Excuse me. Oosh. My big concern is like, hey, look at this uptrend. Can we please just not break down below it? Please, for heaven's sakes, because once we start doing that, this again, I'm not saying it's going to make us crash back down or anything like that, like all the way down here. But there is a good chance we could break down and then consolidate. And then we're forced to have a choice between another breakout or a breakdown below the 20-day moving average. Yeah, 20-day moving average. All right, there we go. And hey, Poom. Hey, Haram. How are you guys both doing well? I'm doing well, Haram. Busy day. I have not been getting much sleep lately. I don't know what it is, but I've just been having terrible sleeping cycles. I don't know. Ugh. You know what's going to make it worse is I'm drinking a full thing of caffeinated coffee to help me with my migraine. I got one of those headaches when you don't get enough sleep and it hurts behind the back of your eye. And so I'm getting over that, but the coffee's helping out a lot. Caffeine will do that to me a lot. You can't have any coffee, but you can smell it. Yeah. So Loki says hello at the same time. I don't know what he's doing. He's stretching. Yep. You good now? He does not like me blowing in his face. I don't know what he wants. I think he just wants pets, but I can't tell. Yeah, he definitely wants to play, but he doesn't know how to ask politely. Oh, what's it here? Thoughts on VeChain? Yeah, let me look at that very fast. He's licking my fingers. I do not have VeChain on here. Hold on a second. There we go. Oh, this is interesting. So it actually managed to have a breakout and it is hitting a level of support right now. Actually, it's probably better if I do this as far as a block is concerned, right? Or maybe if I can add on Smart Money Concepts Indicator, that might just do the work for me. Oh no, it's going for that huge order block, isn't it? Yeah. Wow, yeah. We still got a little bit more resistance here, but you can see that. I guess I might have to actually just do this rectangle here. Might as well just extend it right there too. Alright, there we go. You can see we've broken out. We've come back down to that support level at this point. If we start breaking back down, that might be a little bit of an issue. But at this point, this is more of that scale out zone. I would not be buying at this level. I would have bought more during this accumulation before that golden cross here. You are looking at another golden cross, but I'd want to see another. I'd want to buy during another level of consolidation here, especially because Bitcoin's kind of on the verge of like tipping over here. But definitely more of a scalar opportunity. Let's go back to the weekly chart here. Weekly chart. Oh yeah, it actually hit that weekly order block level of resistance and got rejected over here. I don't know why these order blocks are so freaking fat. Can I go to last 3 order blocks? Why are they so big? I just don't know. So I don't know why they're so fat, but but yeah, we're basically at that big level of resistance here, and you could probably end up seeing this, you know, come back and fit into the style. You see that level of resistance. I could definitely see us come back over here and match up for a nice little time in April where things really start to fly off the rails here and go higher and higher. But for now, I'm definitely more of the scaling out option than not so much of the buying in here. Day trading wise, let's go over to an hour chart. Let's see what we can find. Definitely seeing some drops. I think that's just because of what happened with Bitcoin here a few minutes ago. Had that little bit of a drop, but it seemed like every altcoin took a pretty nasty drop. Yeah, most of them took a little bit of a nasty drop a couple hours ago, but I'd still say it's fine for if you wanted to move that stop loss up, but I don't think you have to like necessarily just sell right now or anything like that. Yeah, what are these order blocks? Why are they like this? Am I zoomed in too much? No, I'm zoomed in 100%. They must have made an update. I don't like it. Now everything just feels so big. I don't know why. Maybe, I'm just tired here, guys. Maybe that's just me. I'm overthinking all this crap. All right. See it. Oh, and hey, Wilder Studios, happy to have you back. Check out 10 set. I've been sweating it for the past year, but it's moving. Let's see if I can find it over here. I think Gate.io. Now, this is probably not the best liquidity chart for you, but oh yeah, this is definitely having a pretty nice move right now. Somebody sold it down to 4 cents and dumped it, so I don't know how, but what do you call, this is only for Gate.io's charts. It's coming up against resistance against the 50-week moving average. Just be aware of that. But this is having a pretty solid move, going back up from 13 cents to 46 cents. This has definitely been giving you some good profits from the lows back up here. Yeah, almost 200% in just a few weeks, 28 days. Just keep an eye on that 50-week moving average, but it's definitely having a pretty big move. There might be some news out right now, but what's the market cap on this sucker? All the way up, there you go. Oh, but this is 170%, okay. Yeah, this market cap is 33 million. This is definitely something worth hopping on at this point, having some fun riding it for the long term here. Down to 2021, come back down bit by bit, change your character there, yeah. And you just got to change your character right here as well. So yeah, you're in a really good spot for this one. Again, I wouldn't be buying, but definitely would be holding on for dear life and having some fun while I scale out of some positions. There we are. Actually, I can almost do this right here. There you go. If something's really popping off, I'll let you guys know, but right now everything's kind of giving back some gains from the moves we saw yesterday. Yesterday's candle. And hey, Alentime. Hey, Larry. Hope you guys are both doing well. And hey, Nico. What spell token? Maybe I can show that to you. I think here. This is one of those things that hasn't popped off yet, so you might be able to see this get back up here towards 0.00058. This still seems like something I'd probably be buying into because it really hasn't popped off just yet. Because you can see it tried to break out. Well, did it? Yeah, it actually did break out here, but it got forced back down. So I would still say I'd be willing to try to buy this up, but I would definitely be having a pretty aggressive stop loss just out of fear, because if the whole market goes, if this thing never popped, it'll still probably not pop unless Bitcoin really holds strong here. So it did have a breakout. There was the momentum. Have a golden cross there to kind of push you up even higher. Just be aware that you might have to have the stop loss not down here at 5023. Maybe you just might want to move it back up here to 514. Yeah, or even no, I'd have it still. It'd be really crazy and do it up here, but I don't think that would work, especially the way the price is acting right now. Yeah, still looking fine for now. And I can't pronounce your name. Seems like wants to go down there a bit to the 30s. Well, we're in the 30s right now as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Yeah, maybe mean like low 30s or lower 30s. Yeah, definitely. It looks like it wants to come back down here. If you guys are looking for another buying zone, I'd probably say anything around 34,000 below. I'd probably take a little bit of a bite there and try to see what I can get out of it as far as long positions are concerned. UFC promotes VeChain, so I'm hoping it booms on the next run. I mean, I think a lot of the tokens will have really nice rallies on the next run. It's always just hard to hold during this time where nothing is really happening because, we're seeing some nice moves right now out of a lot of altcoins, let's be fair. But, if you've been holding them and dollar cost averaging them as much as a lot of us have, you've noticed that they have, some of the coins are still down, some of the coins are up massively, but it all really depends at this point. So hopefully by the time altcoin season rolls around, hopefully a good 70 to 80% of all the altcoins that you guys have been loading up on have given you some really good profits. But again, we're still pretty far away from that. Loki is over here again. I have my arm like chicken winged on the side, and he's like putting his head in the between it because he wants to just again, get little free pets. He's needy today. Actually, he's needy because I didn't let him go outside too much, only to use the bathrooms because it's pouring down rain over here. And hey, Nikki, H-bar? No. Let's see. Oh, they really don't have too much. Let's see. See, even this is giving up some gains. This is interesting. So definitely I would be scaling out. This is like one whole level of resistance here I don't want to be playing around with. but it still looks fine. I would not be buying anymore. But what happened here? Oh, so there was that fake out from earlier, then it ripped back up. Yeah, I'd be scaling out for now. I would not be buying at these levels. You have a good thing going at this point in time. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff I'm saying here, guys, is pretty much the same. Let me see if I can. Oh, let me get rid of this though. I don't want color candles. Yeah, it would have hit that one target for me. That next level of resistance, though, could be kind of around 0.065, 6.5 cents. I would say that's a pretty good level here. Let's go to the hour chart. I mean, it really just busted through that, didn't it? Stay there for a minute before breaking back out. This is one of those older charts where it's had a lot of volatility over the last few months. Right below that 6.5 cents is kind of 0.06464. That seems to be a pretty good level if you're looking for resistance. It has been known, it looks like, to have these massive wicks though, so if you want to have a price target here, I would also be layering in those price targets, so no matter what happens, sell, sell, sell if it does have that spike. That way you're not, selling everything right here and wishing that, if it goes up higher, you're wishing that you would have held on a little bit longer and not listened to me or something like that. So I would just say, hey, make sure those price targets are kind of separated a little bit, because this thing has definitely gone up a lot in the past here. There's some crazy wicks on it. And it looks like it's on the beginning of a nice little wick here that we're seeing today. Oh, then we come back to Bitcoin looking like it wants to break down. Yeah, no worries, input. Puma, thanks for watching as always. I appreciate it. And guys, damn it, I am so tired. I'm so sorry. What do you call it? Normally I try to get enough sleep so I'm not blah, 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 at the end of the night. And that's why I'm drinking coffee here, but damn. Earlier I slapped myself to see if that would wake me up, but I felt like it made me more tired. And hey, Ken, happy to see you. Did I? Okay, yeah, there you go. Thoughts on having Baba, Tenant, or Nasper, South African social media company that owns like 46% of Tencent portfolio? Let me look these up. So it sounds like this is one really tiny number here. The market cap is not known. Okay, it's not verified. Okay. Oh, they integrated Dex on here. I like that a lot. Okay. Wait, the heck? Where's the website? That's Tencent right here. Maybe the. Oh no, we just talked about Tencent. Okay. Connecting crypto startups with community. Okay, and the other one you were talking about here is the Naspers. Oh, did it get rid of my market cap? It should. I don't see the Naspers one here at all. I'd probably say hold on, there's a spammer in here. There you go. I have no idea, Larry. I mean, from what I looked at just this few minutes ago. No, this is something I didn't look at yet, but I know of it. what you said about the Naspers, the South African social media company that owns like 45% of Tencent. I'd probably just say Naspers. I'd probably say because like I see this right here, and I see that it's like trying to connect crypto startups with community. It feels like it's just not going to become massive. It's very hard for these types of things to become massive. Where the other one, it sounds like, you know, social media company, maybe that'll be a little bit better. They have over 100,000 likes. They're very good community. Yeah, I don't know about the other one though. I can't give you a clear answer. I mean, the Tencent one seems fine to me. But if you're going to ask me like one or the other, I would probably have no idea at this point. Tencent is WeChat, TikTok. Oh, okay, that makes more sense then. I'd probably say go with China. Go with China over South Africa. They're both having their issues. They're both going to have more issues down the road. But China just seems like a more logical long-term play. And even though TikTok and some of those types of things may get more regulation in the United States, I'm pretty sure they're still going to be all over Asia, you know, so, and I think that's still going to be more valuable than anything South Africa is going to be able to do, because South Africa is getting in trouble right now. Remember, they're BRICS countries along with China and stuff like that. I think China can withstand a lot more pressure. They can bend a lot more than South Africa can. I think South Africa's on the verge of breaking right now with all the shit I've seen on the news over there. I'd definitely say go with the 10-cent one personally. Then just off of that. See, and then analysis on AMP. Yeah. AMP and then AMC and then Memo. Okay. At a level of resistance right now, I would definitely not be buying it here. See if you can break it out a little bit higher. It had a little bit of a consolidation like way back over here where you had those lower highs. Then you had that breakout and then, you know, there you go. Matching over some levels of resistance for back here. I would say today this would be a good day trade to go long on. You'd have a pretty tight stop loss, but I do think it's worth trying to see how much further this thing can go on. Because again, with Bitcoin continuing to consolidate, sure, Bitcoin may come down a little bit more today, but so far we haven't seen the breakdown. Now, watch it break down in the next like 6 hours or something. But as long as that breakdown doesn't occur, you should see a lot of these altcoins continue to consolidate and go a little bit higher. But this seems more of a day trade. Like there's a few tokens out there where I'd say, you know, swing trading, we're finishing up trades and stuff like that. As far as AMP is concerned, I could see it being more of a day trade, but not a swing trade here. You're really much just looking for one pop over a 10-hour period of time from like now. You sell that, and then you're done with it, and then you kind of see if you have another opportunity. But it's getting closer and closer to like that first level of resistance. If it doesn't pop above that, you're going to be in trouble. Or, you know, it's just going to hit your stop loss. Let me go over here to the weekly chart. Oh, there really is no bottom here. This bottomed out a while ago. Okay. I hit the ones both times. Now it's trying to head back up towards here. There's a level of resistance there, but yeah, be careful with this pop here. Maybe aim for 1940. I think that'd be more realistic. That's, I mean, it's not a crazy profit, but you know, it's 5% profit. That's a 4.5. That's what I'd be looking for there. If it goes any higher, awesome, but I definitely have that first price target around that level. And just make sure it's able to clear right there. 1880 it looks like, with a couple zeros before it. Because you're definitely going to see a lot of people that bought over here during this accumulation scaling out, or at least selling a large portion of their position right there. So just be careful with it. But it's good. Momentum looks to be good. Probably even add a MACD on here too. That's already going to be looking really good too. Yeah, already had that crossover. Even if you had the one that I use with the flag and stuff. 40. There you go. Just gets rid of some of those false signals that you see down there. But you got that MACD signal. You see everything working out well for you. I think it's in a good spot if you wanted to do a good solid day trade. But I mean, as I say this, it's going higher, so maybe I don't know if you missed it by just a hair. But if you're already inside of it, you're probably looking like, okay, I'm just going to continue to hold on to the position here. There. If only there was enough liquidity to make it look nice to watch. There we go. Shrink this back down. There we go. Okay. And then it says memo. AMC. Okay. As far as the memo, I'm not entirely sure. I will ask my person about it, and then I will do me a favor. Find any one of my previous videos. It could be this stream after it's done, or a stream from yesterday, or a video I posted today. Ask that same exact question, just copy and paste it, and that way when I know the answer from my contact Nellis, I will literally just like copy and paste the answer right below your answer, so you can actually see what she told me, and then if you have any questions, I can literally just like relay that to her. But I'm not entirely sure because I've never actually had that issue before where I've had the memo pop up. If there was an issue popping up, out of just safety, I'd probably just not deposit it in there for now, and I'd just wait and just see. That's what I would say. Just wait and then let me figure that out for you. That way, you know for sure it's coming from a source from the company. I can be like, okay, this is what they told me, or I can just say, hey, this is exactly the answer they gave me. Now, as far as AMC still is something that I probably won't be investing in for a long time just because it's been very volatile. But when we talked about this last time, we were talking about a consolidation that needed to happen, and then, of course, some type of breakout to really get things going. We pretty much have started that breakout. It looks like now, you know, we did break down below this level of support. The MACD hasn't crossed over just yet, but this is a weekly chart where you have had the this is my extra lagging one, never mind. So this is probably gonna, the regular MACD is probably already crossed over. On the daily one, we've already crossed over back over here on my lagging one. That's actually been working out fine. But add a little bit of resistance here, haven't broken that above that completely closed. I would still say you're in a good spot. You have that golden cross right here, which has definitely been helping out. This does not seem like something you're going to be able to day trade all too much, though. This seems like something you want to be holding on for about a week or more. So if you're hoping for a pretty big move as far as AMC is concerned, no matter what's happening with the rest of the market here, you know, with their levels of resistance, you'd be fine buying right here. But going forward, I would say, as far as some of those price targets, maybe we really do have to use the daily chart for everything here. Right, that price target seems to be around $13. I'm okay with that price target, really. You know, from $11 to $13 doesn't seem like a lot, but $2 a share is going to be plenty here. The chances of a squeeze, I don't think, are very high, but I do think you can squeeze a few bucks out of this. Perhaps if you wanted to wait for more than a week, then you start thinking about 15.58, and I think that's more of the ratio that a lot of people are going to be looking for. That stop loss for me, that would be right around here, around $9.91. Nothing too loose, like back down here towards $9. I'd really be testing it out towards about $9.80 to $10. Very fast. Yeah, the stochastic's getting a little bit into overbought territory, but not too crazy. I would still say you probably be looking at this for about a week or more. Weekly side's probably still oversold, yeah, so that's probably what you're looking at there. So you could buy for sure, but that stop loss is gonna be pretty close, around $10. So if you lose about $1 a share. If you win, you make anywhere from like $2 to $5 a share, basically $2 to $4 a share, excuse me. It's taking too much of my screen. There we go. Okay. Yeah, no worries, man. Happy to help you out, Wilder. And just make sure to put that message there, and I'll ask them. The good thing about all the exchanges that I ever talk to, they work nights. So one of the reasons I'm up always at night is when I'm talking with them and discussing different like ways to get you guys to sign up and stuff like that, increase my numbers, so to speak. They're in Asia, right? So they're like in Singapore, big tech hubs over there, maybe Dubai or something. And so when most of you guys are sleeping, they're they're wide awake. As far as Hello Crypto, I don't know. It just makes me think of Hello Fresh, Hello Labs. You wanted to see if this is a healthy chart? I mean, yeah, it's a healthy chart. It's going in a really good direction right now. This is still something I'd probably say dollar cost average into only. It's had a pretty big move over the last week or so. I'm guessing this must have a smaller market cap. Let me double check that here. Let's get rid of all this stuff over here. Market cap 82 million. Yeah, normally with stuff like this, I would still be dollar cost averaging. I tend to, when there's like a low market cap like this, I would wait for a large crash before actually buying into it. This is like a FOMO trap right now. It's gonna pop and it's gonna dump for a while. And so for somebody like me who wants to hold on for a very long time, because you're talking about the health of a chart, usually most charts are gonna have a prolonged downward period. It could be as bad as this right here, or it could be as dramatic as this. Most of the time, you're going to find something in the middle, kind of around here. But anywhere in that process, that's where I would tend to buy for some longer term gains here. Now, it looks like it's a fairly new token, at least as far as what it is on this exchange. That was back in October 2022. So there really hasn't been much weight for it to go besides up because of what's been happening. Let me go over here to October. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Something you probably want to buy into if you believe that the whatever's on the website is actually good too. Let me see. Not entirely sure about this concept, but with the $80 million market cap, it's not going to kill you to invest a couple $100 into it. Killer whales. Oh my god, these people look like dweebs. You know how often I see the word dweeb? It's sink or swim as Web3 entrepreneurs from all over the world showcase their groundbreaking crypto and NFT projects to the panel of killer whale judges. Killer whales. You know what? I am more terrified of a killer whale than a shark. I have to be frank with that. Made up of mostly popular influencers, hotshot VCs, and famous founders. Shot in Hollywood, Los Angeles, the show will be broadcast to over 55 countries across the world's biggest streaming platforms and, of course, Hello TV app. Oh no. I don't know. Is that really what Anthony Scaramucci looks like these days? Holy shit, look at that guy. Look at that hair. Look at that freaking forehead right there. If I go to Anthony Scaramucci, I doubt his head still looks like that, does it? Ah, his head just looks fucked up. Damn. Okay. Well, anyway, I would dollar cost average into it, waiting for some big moves on the downward side. You could always dollar cost average starting now if you wanted to at a high point. It doesn't really matter in the scheme of things. The fact that there are a lot of influencers on here means they will pump this up, and they probably had a shit ton of this token. So eventually, one day this will crash as they individually start selling off the entirety of their positions. So just be aware of that. I don't know. I'm not an LA person, so I don't really understand the appeal of this type of stuff. I don't even pay for cable, right? I pay for internet and streaming platforms. I'm a Seattle person, and we're pretty much we're dweebs in our own way. But what do you call it? We're a totally different type of vibe than the LA vibe, as most of you guys would probably understand. I would buy this though. I would just buy it just for the fun of it. But it'd be a YOLO, long term, buy whenever there's a big crash event, and then just see where it goes from there. And I'd be prepared for it to go down like 50% before I even see some major profits from it or something like that. So it looks fine though. I'll have to look more into this. Like I'm like there's like a news or arcade. I'm pretty sure the arcade thing could be a lot more fun. Like here, play this Dash of the Dead. I'm a guest. I'm playing. All right. My ADHD is having trouble with these loading times. There's a little dog. And it's weird because zombies normally don't go for dogs. So it's like a Subway Surfer, I'm guessing. But without the subway and more the zombies. Oh, I missed my opportunity to go on top of buses. I'm not good at games like these because my reflex is not, it's not good. Reflexes are not good for games like this at all. I got nerve damage in my hands from playing football when I was younger. My right hand right now isn't actually too bad, but my left hand cannot do fast movements like you think of a Smash Bros. Oh, see, I tried to jump and I couldn't do it. But yeah, if they have games like this, I'm pretty sure there are going to be people that like to have fun with them. I mean, like, heck, this is a perfect way to pass the time, and I'm streaming with you guys. Now, I don't know what all these zombies are doing here, but, you know, what's that thing do? I don't know what that thing did. See, I don't know the rules of this game. But, it's fun. I would totally buy this token. Now, again, I'm not expecting to be becoming a millionaire with this, but I expect humans to be humans, and I expect all the influencers that we saw to shill this token to the max and sell it well. So I would actually say this is a pretty good long-term hold. I don't know how I feel about the influencers are pushing it, but heck, you know what? They can do what they want to do. Oh, I like how you can actually go in between cars or go in between zombies here. So you know what? Me doing this for a few minutes, I probably got the world record right now. Probably not, but you get my point, okay? It's getting darker and darker in this game, though. See, I wish there was fire to light the way up. I got bad eyesight at night. But, you know, there you go. All right, let me find a zombie to crash into. 3, 2, 1, boom. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't know if they have more arcade games. Doge Dash. I guess I would always go check out their Twitter, and I would go check out their Discord. Usually Discord's a little bit easier. They have about 64,000. I'll follow them. This Killer Whale show is not something that I think is going to thrive at all. I have the weirdest vibes about these people. And I think it's because they all of these people look like they have big egos. Nothing bad about that. Everybody has their own persona when it comes to YouTube, right? I'm much more outgoing on my YouTube channel than I am in reality. In reality, I don't talk to people. I do, but not to the same extent I talk with you guys, right? But yeah, they're gonna pump the shit out of this. They just are. Hopefully they can find a way to do it though. Yeah, hopefully they can find a way to do it. I would still say, yeah, sure, this is something I could buy. I like to buy stuff when it's crashing and burning though. But you go over here to this weekly chart. It definitely is popping right now. So maybe you could buy a little bit just to say you bought it, but I'd probably just wait for a crash. Or there might not be a crash, but that's for another day. There we go. And they can, as far as Fibonacci levels, yeah, so this will be a very brief one. Let me go over here to, yeah, let's go testing. We can actually just go to the plain Bitcoin chart. So, I mean, there are tons of fibs, but the ones I would say most people use are probably the Fibonacci extensions, the Fibonacci retracements. You go over here to Trading View, They're right over here. I know it's hard to see because I'm not zoomed in too much. Normally, when it comes to fib retracements, you're normally looking for a larger trend or a trend within the time frame you're looking at. So with this weekly chart, I'd be looking at some of these lows from over here to the high we got over there. But for now, since we don't know exactly know if this is actually the high, we can go back in time and just do something from back over here. You're just going to drag it from the low to the high. And then you're going to see in time, usually looking for different zones to be buying into them. So the first way you could use it is to say, hey, I expect to bounce off of this right here, then it's going to go higher. That's the way I think most people think about these types of things when it comes to Bitcoin. The second way people like to do it is I like to look at different zones. So historically, this zone right here, if it's retracing, normally people want to buy in this zone, and then you're looking for that reversal between the 382 and the 0.5 right there. If you want a really detailed one, there's investopedia.com and all those videos on YouTube, but I think this is called the golden zone or something like that. Everybody has their own weird names for it, but I just buy a zone. Typically what I like to do. But you can see how, like, even with that level, things can still break down. Let me go over here to the daily chart. Now we had a dump for whatever reason here. Let me see on our chart. Does this actually have any impact whatsoever? No, we just completely broke down. You can see that breakdown turned into levels of resistance, but normally when we look at it, it's supposed to be a level of support. I guess the easiest way to maybe show this where it did work out in our favor is maybe like this. The overall trend over here with Bitcoin with that low, back up here to that high. Like that. Typically what you want to see. But you can see as we went down lower and lower and lower, hey, look at that one right there. That's where the FTX crash was. So a lot of times it has an effect, but then you know there's a Celsius crash. We didn't even bother to stop there. So you kind of mix and match with other types of things, but basically that's the way I'd be using it. The other way you could use it is also with the Fibonacci extensions, and I'm teaching you like tidbits here. Same type of concept. You're going to be using them as levels of resistance according to which way you're going. But instead of going from low to high, you're doing three positions here. So like low, high, and low. And then you're looking for those levels of resistance going forward, okay? Now, this probably wasn't the best one to be using for this example because we had the COVID crash. But, actually, well, no, I can actually do this here. I can do this in a nice way. Oh, wait, we're not using the right chart for this. Monthly chart. Bitcoin all-time highs don't have the best thing here. But typically after that, you can see some resistance there. Might be worth better. Some resistance there, some resistance up here. And normally those are the levels of resistance you're looking for. Normally I like to aim for the 1 mark, so this is where I normally start to sell. Not on something this long term, but I was hoping just to show you something that made a little bit more sense. Like even right now, we're heading for that level of resistance here. But that's a pretty basic way to look at it. I wonder if I can just find something here, like on a 4-hour chart. These numbers are so tiny on the right-hand side. So if I find something, here's something, okay. A low, a high, and a low. Maybe on a 4-hour chart makes it a little bit easier for people to see. See, I aim for the 1 price target right there. That's normally how I like to trade. But again, you know, you're looking at that change of character. I'm pretty sure we probably hit some type of envelope there, a Watson envelope, outer edge, first green candle, want to buy back into it. But yeah, that's basically how I like to use them. There's lots of different ways. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other tools here too, like fib time zones, fib channels and stuff, fib circles. Pitch fans, I'd recommend learning Gann boxes, Gann squares, and stuff like that. I have tutorials and all those. But as far as Fibonacci levels, usually I would say go to a YouTube video and like do a lot more digging in there, because you're gonna have opportunities like this. This is like the last consolidation period we had, or we have a banking crisis low. Oh yeah, you can barely see that, but right, hit some of those levels of resistance, and you could think of them as scale up points. Like right now, if you're going off of this, I'd be scaling out at this point, which in case I am scaling out at this point. But you get the ultimate reason for it. It doesn't mean you can't go higher. There's plenty of times where it goes higher than I thought it would, but you know, there's a point where you just want to lock in those profits to make sure you guys are, you know, happy with the money you put in the bank account. All right, thank you. All right, and thanks, Ken. I appreciate it very much. Let me know if you have any more questions here. And hey, Slick Rick, can you check Uni? Will it pop? Let me see. Will Uni pop? Wait, is this Uniswap has had a very rough time of it, hasn't it? Let's see. Reminds me a lot of Dogecoin here. So it has popped a little bit over the last 2 weeks, it looks like. What I'm looking at right now is, wow, I mean, this thing has had a few breakouts, but every breakout just been like, just not good. Not good at all. Look at that. Clean breakout, consolidates down, 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 crashes back down, then bounces back up. Not really something good here. That's one of the reasons that I had a tough time. So right now you're looking at a pretty nice downtrend. I mean, if you want to look at something like that, but oh, is that what happened over here? Yeah, that's why I freaking shit. Oh yeah, wow, shit the bed. Okay, so as far as the long term here, we're kind of testing up some. What did I say? Not good. See, I'm tired. These hitting a level of resistance for that 20-week moving average here. On the daily chart, though, you're looking a little bit better. You're testing out levels of support. If you wanted to buy for a day trade right now, is probably the time to be doing so. For me, I would probably. The stop loss would have to be so tiny. Like, you're looking at a stop loss of 486, which is like 10 cents less than where it is now. 15 minutes. Giving up some ground here. It already broke out. That was a big breakout really fast, so it's hard to catch that. I would say if it comes back below 490, is that 490 right here? 491, I'd probably consider buying into it. On the short term, I think you'll have a better opportunity if you wait to buy it. Long term here, though, I still think you're in a good spot. You're getting into some oversold territory, though. You're probably going to have to hold on to this for about a week if you want to see any really good gains, which is going to leave you open to a little bit more volatility than you might otherwise want to be looking for. But yeah, I would say you'd be fine to buy this for a longer term hold here. Your stop loss, though, is the painful part because it's going to have to be within like 10 to 20 cents. Yeah, because over the next like 1 or 2 weeks, you could see this getting back up to between 546 and 589. That's the type of that's what you're looking for a longer term hold. But that's like 10% to 16%. Do you want more than that? I don't know, but that's probably all you're going to get from that unless you see a pretty big breakout. The easiest way for me to trade this would literally just be to wait for that breakout and hope that everything is kind of riding your way when it does. Because back when we had that big breakdown right here, I mean, there was nothing really good happening here, was there? You had that MACD crossover here, which was bearish, and that gave you like a few days heads up. But you were looking more oversold here on stochastics. You even had a bullish cross. I guess the bullish crossover didn't happen until next day, so that's fine. But yeah, we look at it right now. A little more bearish in the stochastics, but overall, yeah, you're still in a good position. But it's kind of hard to buy after it's already had this big of a move. Buy around $5, which it is now. Stop loss, healthy stop loss is 447, which is so huge. More realistic stop loss, if you're kind of more greedy, is probably around 466, I guess. Maybe up here to 487. See, I'd probably do 487, but I just know it would hit, so you probably would have to go to 466 or something like that. Which means you're going to be risking about 6%, which just seems like a lot there. Because, you know, you're risking 6% for the opportunity to get like 15%. Just you got to find a way to make it work a little bit better there, which means hopefully if it comes down a little bit more, you have a better opportunity and that ratio will hit a little bit better there as well. There we go. Alright. And hey, Buff, hold on a second here. You know, like 3 of those whales. I mean, what do you call it? They seem to be pretty popular influencers. Like okay, as a crypto influencer myself, I have had the chance of meeting and talking to a lot of other influencers. I don't think I've really kicked it off and become best friends with them because they usually just don't live anywhere near me. In fact, nobody lives near me. Nobody lives in Seattle. Nobody. So, you know, maybe I hang out with them if there's some type of corporate event that I go to, but I haven't. Like the last corporate event I went to was in Vegas for crypto. I was supposed to go to in September, but you know, my mom was having health concerns, so I stayed home and I skipped that one. Before that, I went to another crypto event there, and that was really nice. I enjoyed that. I remember Tom Crown was there. But see, I went for a fintech conference. All those guys went for a crypto Litecoin conference. Totally different things. Totally different things. So I was talking to people about fintech and the infrastructure behind a lot of stuff and the future of what the technology is going to hold. And then Litecoin conference was like, you know, buy Litecoin. Litecoin is awesome. You know, Litecoin has a bright future ahead of it, which I'm sure it does. So totally different reasons for going down there. But I usually like the quality of the conversations I have at fintech events. I always feel like I learn something at a fintech event. Well, I don't necessarily feel like I'm really learning much when I go to crypto events, if that makes sense. When I go to a tech event, they also put a lot more money down for their entertainment. So when I went to a tech event last year, they rented out the Omnia nightclub for a whole night, unlimited drinks on the house. I went absolutely berserk. But at the same time, I was talking to this Japanese guy from Japan, and you know, of course he's from Japan. But you know, sometimes we have Japanese guys from America. We had been talking and we were having a good time just chatting about our different cultures, and he was explaining how cryptocurrency is doing in Japan, and I was like, oh wow, this is pretty interesting to see kind of the different shift, because over there it's a lot more regulated than it is over here, so they really have to have professional companies that aren't really shilling out tokens as much. Now they still have a little bit, but they're much more fringy from what I understand from this guy. That was a year ago, so maybe things have changed. But my main point being, I felt like I was learning so much more information, and at the same time, I was getting free drinks while I did it. Rum and Coke here, rum and Coke there, rum and Coke there. It worked out very fast. And they had some really good music. Then the music was more for nerds because they had like Mario themed stuff to it, but I didn't care. It was good music. I say that as a former nerd. Maybe current nerd, I'm not entirely sure. I know there are some special booths for the F1 contest in Vegas for the F1 races and stuff coming up. I know there's some special booths that Binance is having, but I don't think there's much else going on where you might see a lot of these people come along, right? Like normally when I see these people, it's images, like stuff like this, or BitBoys going crazy. Right? Oh, it's a bad picture. You guys can't see it, but like back there's Tom Crown. I think there's like Crypto Wendy somewhere back there as well. I don't like doing panels. It's not something I really prefer. I know you get paid to go up there and you get paid to entertain the people. Like right here, see these are the people that are there to see people. For me, I don't enjoy it at all. I just think it is a terrible experience. I don't like doing it. You may say, Michael, you're in front of the camera right now, but it's a completely different experience. Being in front of like a crowd of people and like just talking into a camera with a fancy microphone and stuff like that. A podcast may be, but I'm not entirely sure just yet. Let's see. And hey, Bufflick, I don't know if you actually win coins by playing. I would assume maybe. Hold on. So Hello Arcade is a collection of pick up and play casual games that offer utility to all NFT collections in the Hello ecosystem. The games utilize our Hello token and our Hello credit system that ensures our community and guilds have a unique play to earn and play to own experience. So yes, I would assume you do it at a certain point. And you get the tokens for certain rewards. So if I wanted to go over here, I wanted to play, I would have to register and do all that type of stuff here. And I have to have a wallet address too. and then from there, when the more you play, the more tokens you would get, I guess. So I see it as probably something that a lot of people are going to like to do. I mean, this is one of the reasons that I like STMX so much, because you get tokens when you actually buy stuff. Like, there's a business behind it. And I think right now, entertaining is still a business here. So let's go over here to the YouTube channel. Meet the Whales miniseries, Crypto Windy O. It all starts with hello. Meet the Whales miniseries, K-Money. God, I don't know those people. I know Crypto Windy. I've talked to her a few times, but nobody else. But the Killer Whale Diaries, episode 2, Decision Time. I don't know. It feels weird to me, but I mean, I'm sure in time this will probably do just fine. I can't play the video because I can get, like, you know, striked by YouTube and stuff like that. Wait, it doesn't even, oh, it doesn't show their faces, but it shows the torsos up here. I guess that's fine too. They need to be able to shrink it, but that's hard to do with the way YouTube structure works. But yeah, I'm sure it'll do fine in the long run here. But okay, everybody, I'm going to call it a night right now. I have a horrible headache, and I'm sure it can show with how stuttery I am today. I'm normally pretty zappy, you may say, but today I'm like really like out of it. I'll be on live tomorrow. I forgot to do the member stream yesterday because I was having a bad migraine, and I'm still dealing with the migraine today. I'm going to try to go live sometime this week for just a couple hours, but I'm not entirely sure what time that may be because of how everything, when the members actually are live and stuff like that. So what I may do is maybe not tomorrow, but Wednesday, I just have a stream on Wednesday where maybe only members could talk. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work yet. And yeah, we'll see how that works out. But yeah, sorry for being so pizzazzy tonight, guys. I am just totally, technically I'm not on any meds, so I can't say I'm off my meds, but I'm off my sleep. You're seeing me with sleep deprivation, and it's not a good look. So I'll see you guys a little bit later, and thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be putting out a couple of videos tomorrow about earnings reports, so make sure to